Hello and welcome to second part of my overview of my watch collection. It's been quite a while since part one. Part two now, after about 5 or 6 months. So this one here, this is a blue Squale 1521. In part one, you'll see that I had the the black version of this, which I've since sold. I think in the part when I was saying a couple of my friends have got the blue version, and I think what it was that it was too much for me. I needed to get the blue version. It's such a pretty watch. So this particular watch I purchased from TGV. I don't know if you're familiar with his channel. He put this up for sale and sold it to myself, and regretted it ever since. So he's just recently got a replacement. So I guess there's no point me posting lots and lots of Instagram pics of it anymore to try and wind him up, because he's actually got a replacement, which is good, which is cool. So that's a Squale 1521. As you can see, just a fantastic looking watch. Beautiful dial. And as I said before, with the black version I had in the part one video I did, that the case is phenomenal. Again, I've got it on the Squale mesh bracelet. Okay, moving on. A lot cheaper than a Squale, and something that I really do love, regardless of the fact that it was only about £50. This is a Vostok Amphibia Russian dive watch. Fantastic watch for the price. This has got quite a following amongst watch collectors, and there's some pretty good YouTube videos out there that give you the full history on Vostok and the construction, with it being a little bit different from other dive watches. Great dial on it. I'm trying to get it out there and nickname this man on the dial. I don't know if that'll ever catch on, but if ever I post a picture on Instagram, I always hashtag man on the dial. Let's see if that catches on. I'm not sure. Recently bought a rubber strap for it. Obviously I was going to go for something nice and cheap, with the watch itself being not too expensive. This was £5 off eBay. Bit of a dust magnet, but it's pretty good. I think it complements it, the blue. So that's the Vostok. Moving on, I'm trying to categorize these a bit from now on. So I've actually put next up is chronographs. As you saw in part one, I've got Omega Speedmaster. I really love the dial on this. This is a Chinese made with Seagull movement, and I think it's the Seagull 1963. Beautiful watch for the price. I think this was just over £200. It's a hand winding mechanical movement, Seagull movement. Lovely dial on it. A classic Panda dial, and all mechanical, which ain't bad for £220. And as you can see, it's got an exhibition back, and it's a lovely movement. And for the price, you really can't beat it. So moving on to other chronographs. You probably know from my part one video, I absolutely adore Seiko. This is just a straightforward Seiko quartz. Okay, again a very inexpensive piece, but just look at it. It's a beautiful case. It's got the Panda dial. Just set it off, and I think that's one revolution of this dial here is a second, but it's just a lovely looking piece. And I don't particularly care it's a quartz, actually. I mean, I obviously prefer mechanical watches, but it's just a great watch. Jazzed it up with a collar reb leather strap, and I really do like that. Very similar, I guess, to the Seagull dial, but I'm a bit of a Panda dial freak. As you can see with my next watch, this is this also has got a Seiko movement. This is what they call a Mecha quartz, and it's an Autodromo. Beautiful case on it. Actually, not that inexpensive. I think they're around, Page and Cooper sell them, and they're around about £500. I got this used. Put a mark on it there. But it's got a gorgeous strap, lovely dial, lovely design. And Mecha Quartz is actually a quartz movement, but there is a mechanical element to it. So when you actually set the chronograph off, when you actually stop and then flip back, it flips back like a mechanical chronograph would. So it's kind of, I guess you could say it's the best of both worlds. It's got the accuracy of quartz, but then you've got that flashback back to zero in one sweep. But that's that, another Panda chronograph. My goodness, right? Okay. And I guess this is another Panda chronograph as well. This one I purchased because of the again, this is a quartz. It's made by Out of Order in Italy, which is a relatively new company, and as you can see, it's a great idea. They're actually selling watches which they've pre-aged or distressed. Is that the right word? So you've got this look to the case, and also the bezel here, where they've actually scuffed it all up, but it looks pretty cool. It's absolutely terrible to try and read the time. As you can imagine, you've got these thin silver hands, but it is a really cool idea, and I really do like it. Look at the watch. So this watch is more for aesthetics than anything else, but I really do like it. It sits well in the collection. It's a nice conversation piece, and it looks nice on the wrist as well, this watch. Okay, moving on. Let's more into the dress watches. Here is the famous Saab 33, which is well known by watch collectors and Seiko lovers. It's an absolutely beautiful dress watch. Okay, very reminiscent of the Grand Seiko range, but a fraction of the price. It's got a beautiful movement. I even love the strap on this. Seiko aren't famous for having nice straps, but this is a beautiful strap. I love this. Really complements it. It's a beautiful dress watch. Beautifully put together. Lovely case. I really do love that watch. Moving on to another Seiko. This is relatively recent to my collection. Again, I absolutely adore this watch. And I have to be careful. This is one of the watches, if I'm not careful, I end up wearing it all the time and then ignoring all the others. It's a SARG 009. That's SARG 009. Same movement as the Saab, but look at that dial. It's fantastic. It's got a very good lume. The actual case and the style is reminiscent of the Explorer 1, but with it being Seiko, it's its own watch. It really is a nice looking watch, and again, a really nice strap on it. As I said, Seiko aren't renowned for great straps, but it really is a nice strap on that. And the famous Seiko loom as well. It just looks lovely, that dial. Really classy. Really do love that watch. And I guess this isn't a dress watch. This is more of a pilot. It's known as a pilot watch. Aviation. Hamilton Khaki Pilot Aviation. This one actually appears in the latest film Interstellar, and that's I don't know about you guys. If you're into watches, you end up watching movies, and you spend more time trying to find or identify what watches the characters are wearing. This is a really lovely watch, and this is pretty recent to the collection. It's got the day there and the date there, and the way the light plays on those markers there, it's really lovely. And again, the case work is really good. It's my second Hamilton. I did have just a Hamilton Khaki, which is a hand wind, and my daughter's got it at the moment. She's at university. I don't think I'll ever get that back again. She loves that watch, so this is the only Hamilton I guess I've got in the collection with me at the moment. Okay, moving on. This one here I've had quite a while. This is a Smiths. I've got another Smiths which was a homage to the Seiko 6105. This is obviously a homage to the Explorer. It was a watch I swapped with my friend for something else. I can't remember what it was now, but it is a really nice watch. It's a nice case, nice strap. I think it's got a myota movement. It's got a screw down crown. It's actually got the word Everest on the dial. I don't know if you can see that. It's quite subtle. Just catch that in the light. As we know that when they went up Everest, they did have a Smiths with them, and then there's an argument they did or they didn't have an Explorer. But regardless, this is although it's got an Everest on it, it really is more of a homage to the Explorer one. And that is a really nice dress watch as well. Very nice. Okay, moving on now to another recent addition. No surprises, it's a Seiko again. This is the Saab SARB 065, also known as Cocktail Time. Quite a few YouTube videos on this. Quite a very popular watch. Japanese domestic market only, like a lot of the Seikos that we've just had a look at. Really is a beautiful watch. Really is a beautiful watch. Got display case back. The dial, famous for its dial. The way it depends on the way the light hits it, on what kind of colour it is. It sometimes has more of a blue than a silver look to it. That really is a beautiful Seiko. Okay. Moving on. Here's a watch I've had a while. I had this for my birthday a few years ago. This is a Tissot Viso date. Okay, actually very similar, I guess, to the Seiko we just looked at, but this has got a cream dial. I do like Tissot watches. This is the only Tissot I've got, but it is a really nicely made watch. Automatic, date. It's got that 60s look to it, but with a more modern size. I think this is around about 40mm. And recently, the bracelet has been changed. It's got the Tissot mesh bracelet, Milanese bracelet, which really I think sets that off really nice. Okay. Now I've got some Steinharts as well. I do like Steinhart. The first Steinhart I got, or was it the second Steinhart I got? I'm not sure. Is this the Ocean Vintage Military? I really do love this. Obviously, it's a homage to the Rolex Mil Sub. Whereas that costs over 100,000, this is around £200 or £300. Really do like the simplicity of this watch. I love the case. I think the case is fantastic. I think Steinhart do the cases really well, and also the sword hands. I really like this. This is the version 2, so this is the more of a grey dial. And I know there's a bit of discussion on the internet, and people say, oh, they hate the grey dial. They prefer the version 1, which was a black dial and less writing on it. But I think this looks good. I think it adds to the vintage look of it, the grey dial. Recently put it on this this Tropic strap. Again, a bit of a dust magnet, but it looks pretty good. That looks good. Had it on leather before, but I do like the look of that. So that's the OBM. We've also got one which is very similar, which is the Ocean One Red. Again, this is the version 2 of the grey dial. Again, I do like the grey dial. You've got the red writing there, you've got the date as well, and I've got it on a collar reb strap. But very similar watches, but slightly different look. I mean, you've got the different hands there, and the date. But again, I really do like this watch. Okay, and then my third Steinhart is this the Nav B. It's quite a large watch. It's hand wound. You can see through the display case back there. It's got a lovely ETA movement, and it's a bronze case as well. Also, this is a gunny strap. I took the option to get a gunny strap with it. I think it looks pretty good. Some people hate it, some people love it, but it's just something a little bit different. A large pilot watch there. Okay, now something a bit different. I think every watch collection should have a couple of fun watches. This is one of mine. It's a G-Shock, radio controlled G-Shock, so wherever you are in the world, apparently it will just make contact with a nearest radio mast and set the time itself. I haven't been anywhere other than the UK with it, but maybe I'll take it abroad next time. It really is a great looking watch. Loads of features on it, loads of things to play. It's just a great weekend watch, or summer watch, t-shirt, short, tight watch. I haven't got to worry about it. Very robust, just a lovely looking G-Shock. Really have to stop myself going too mad with G-Shocks. I think I could end up collecting a lot of those, but I'll just try and stick with one for the moment. And last but not least is my Swatch System 51. A lot of people that are into watches love these and actually have them in the collection, regardless whether they would normally just have a load of Rolexes and Omegas. A lot of people appreciate the movement in this and the fact that it's pretty recent in horology terms to it's actually a Core System 51 because it has 51 individual pieces. It's made on a production line as well rather than by hand, and it's all held together with a single screw in the center there. Quite a few video YouTubes on this as well, and as I said, quite a few watch collectors have got this, mainly as I said, because of the novelty of the movement, and also the fact that it's really affordable. I think it's just in the UK it's around £110, but it's a great watch, and you get lots of comments wearing it. I think I had more comments wearing this than I ever have with a Rolex or Omega or another higher end watch. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Any comments? I'd love to see them, and I do have another watch incoming, which is one of my holy grail watches. I won't give away too much. I'll do an unboxing when it arrives. It's all I'll say is it's a Seiko. That's all I'll say for it. It's not a Grand Seiko, but it is one of my grails. I've handed over the money. It's coming from Australia, hopefully. I've bought it via a forum, so there's always a risk there, but when it arrives I'll do an unboxing. Thanks very much for watching.